Good morning to all. Kindly confirm the audio. If I'm audible, kindly confirm the audio. All students listening to me. Okay, so now the audio is on. So I'm sorry for the irregularity in the classes. The classes continue to be irregular. Hindi medium classes are still off. So evenings I'm not available. So evening classes are still off. But I could squeeze out some time for today's class. I need to be at the hospital again around 1 o'clock. So I thought 10 to 12 we can have a class. So that is there. Some medical examinations are going on and they're keeping me occupied. So that's what we are at this stage. So we were talking about oceanography in the last class. I had introduced you to the subject. A science which has developed recently, I would say 150 years, and it was not easy to develop oceanography. So that's what we are going to talk about, and we are also going to talk about the ocean bottom reliefs. What do we know about them, and what should we be talking about them? Is everyone okay? This will again be a short class. I'll be winding it up by 12 o'clock so that I can. I did not want to break the continuity of the class as well as that. Is that fine? Chaliye. So let's continue with the evolution of oceanography. So we're done till politico-administrative zonation. So we had talked about that. Thanks a lot for your wishes. This is a long drawn treatment which will take us around 6 to 8 months into this. But we are prepared for that. So just that we need to be a little more about diagnosis and testing. So that is going on. So let's come back to the class. Let us come and focus at the class. So we talked about this ocean bottom reliefs. So now my whole contention is the development of stages of development of so generally this is something which may be considered extracurricular. Extracurricular topic means something which is not in the syllabus. We are going a little extracurricular in this. Why am I going extracurricular in this? Because of UPSC asking questions which go to that extent. So that is what we are looking at. So as I told you in my first lecture that oceanography is one of the easiest topic. One of the easiest topic. Your questions are straight. You can get good marks. But as I have shown you in the previous ones also, that slight change in the vocabulary, and they are able to trap us. So in this, they can't change much of vocabulary. What they do is they bring in some technicalities about oceans. So I don't want my students to face any issue. So that is why I thought of bringing this aspect to all of you. So this is about phases of evolution of oceanography. So first of all, studies of oceans. The modern modern study of oceans is around 150-year old only. Modern study of oceans is around 150 years old only. Why 150 years old? Think about it. Think about it. Uh, how do you study ocean? These are your oceans. How deep are they? On an average, their depth is around 3,800 meters deep. Yes. On top, you have waves, you have tsunamis, you have tides, you have storms. Yes. You have no maps. You have no maps. And why would you go for deep sea or pelagic regions? वहां पर कुछ है ही नहीं. So why would you go over there? Simple thing. Simple thing is that why should one go in the oceans? It's dangerous. It's dangerous. And again, I'm saying, like most of you not seen the ocean, so you don't know when the nature's fury hits the oceans. It is like we are nothing in front of that. So कौन जाएगा oceans में? So oceans में कुछ नहीं हो रहा था. So I would say if I have to trace the evolution of ocean studies. I'm just telling you, like imagine you are on a coastal area, you go and visit Tamil Nadu, Puducherry coast, or you are in Kerala coast, Maharashtra coast, Goa coast, Gujarat coast, and a storm comes. A storm comes, immediately the warnings will come, go away from the ocean, go away from the ocean. You are in the coastal area. Yes or no? True. आप कोस्टल एरिया में आप दूर चले जाएंगे, यहां का क्या करेंगे? Think about it. So why would anyone go into the oceans? Why would anyone go into the oceans? Why would anyone go into the oceans? Now, people who started reading ancient Indian history, have you heard of Gujarat ports or ports in the Harappan civilization, Lothal as a port? I've heard of that. Mohenjo-daro and all those things. Yes. Did you hear of that? है कुछ सुना है कि नहीं सुना है? इजी नेविगेशन, सर्च ऑफ न्यू लैंड, ये जो शब्द लिखा है ना, इजी नेविगेशन, इजी नेविगेशन, और दूसरा है सर्च ऑफ न्यू लैंड, ये दोनों गलत है सर. यस सर, वी हैव हर्ड अबाउट इंडस वैली सिविलाइजेशन, लोथल. सो ये जो हमारे एंशियंट टाइम्स हैं, व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द एंशियंट टाइम्स, नेविगेशन होती थी. नेविगेशन वॉज देयर. ट्रू. Oh, it is never easy, bhai. It is never easy. You haven't seen the sea. Get that? Search of new land. सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता. Ancient time, nobody was doing that. Navigation was very limited. किस लिए? Some coastal trade, some coastal fishing, that's all. कहीं आप सोच रहे हो जितने भी सब पोर्ट्स यूज फॉर ट्रेड फॉर मेसोपोटामिया, हाँ हाँ सब समझ गया, मेसोपोटामिया और सारेटेमिया, एवरीथिंग वाज हियर, ओनली कोस्टल, ओनली एंड ओनली कोस्टल ट्रेड. समझ में आया? कोस्ट के पास पास. डीप सी वॉज अ नो नो. डीप सी वॉज अ नो नो. डीप सी वॉज क्लियरली अ नो नो. True or not? So coastal trade, deep sea navigation, Deep sea navigation? No. Why no? Why dangerous hai? It is dangerous. You do not have the maps. No maps, no techniques. Ships were small. No maps. Small sail ships only on limited trade routes identified. ठीक है. Deep sea navigation only for the courageous ones. वो यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट वाले नहीं थे. यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट इधर है. ये यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट है. डू वी गेट दैट? ये एंटरप्रेन्योर है. डिफिकल्ट भाई. हाउ वुड यू गो? यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट सर, नोट्स मिलेगा कि नहीं? पीडीएफ से हो जाएगा कि नहीं? वॉट एवर यू टीच उससे होगा कि नहीं होगा? डीप सी नेविगेशन इज यू आर रियली गेटिंग इनटू द सब्जेक्ट. डू वी गेट दैट? ये सेफ वाला कॉपन कोस्टल ब्रॉड क्लासिफिकेशन, ये थॉर्नवाइट है. That's what we are talking about. So ancient में थे, yes, 90% would be that. Deep sea navigation, no or limited. No or limited. ठीक है. But sir, we heard, that the Deccan rulers, the Tamil people navigated. ठीक है. Arab आ गए थे ancient में. But when we are talking about ancient civilizations mostly coastal, or they can be, like small seas में navigation हो रही. ठीक है. That's what we are talking about. Again, I want to tell you that please you've not seen the sea. It is dangerous. So if we are looking at that, this was mostly surface navigation without much focus on deep seas. ठीक है. मोस्टली इसी पे चलता था. दैट वाज देयर. दिस वाज एंशिएंट के बाद वी विल गो इनटू मेडिवल. एंशिएंट के कुछ नाम लिखवाऊं आपको. एंशिएंट में लेट मी शो यू दिस एरा फ्रॉम द अर्लीस्ट टाइम टू 1873. इस एरा को अगर मुझे काउंट करना हो, सो अर्लीस्ट टाइम्स मीन्स ancient, medieval, age of exploration, everything that was all to do with surface. ठीक है. Characterized by collection of mariners, observations of winds देख रहे हैं, currents देख रहे हैं, yes, waves देख रहे हैं, temperature देख रहे हैं, other phenomena. Polynesians 4000 BC. Polynesians 4000 BC. तो कहाँ रहते पॉलिनेशिया? आइलैंडर्स. इफ वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट स्मॉल सीज और आइलैंडर्स लाइक पॉलिनेशियंस 4000 BC. अब आप आइलैंड पे रहते, किधर जाएंगे? हाउ वुड यू इंटरैक्ट? आइलैंड में देयर इज अ शॉर्टेज एंड समथिंग लाइक दैट. So this is what we are looking at. Navigation was coastal. Navigation was restricted to those small seas, or navigation was taken on by these people. So Polynesians. So Polynesian is Pacific Island. Remember there are 20,000 plus islands in the Pacific Ocean. If you do not know, I'll be talking about them. In the Greek literature, we find 325 BC. There is a scholar, his name is Pytheas. Pytheas talks about on the ocean and describes the journey to Britain and the coastline of Europe. Yes, the earliest known bathymetric studies, depth wise studies. Deep में कौन करता था? Deep means you would want to know the depth of the ocean, was done by Posidonius in 85 BC. Posidonius 85 BC. Now, why would we need the knowledge of the depth? Why would we need the knowledge of the deep oceans? Quickly, everyone, why would we need the knowledge of deep oceans? Why would we need the knowledge of deep oceans? क्यों ये bathymetry करेंगे? The earliest known bathymetry is there. Middle Ages में the Arab traders joined in. They made voyages to Indian Ocean, China and all that. This is where your cholas will come. कौशिक साहब बोला नो अबाउट ओशन बॉटम रिलीफ. जब ओशन में जा ही नहीं रहा, what would you do with ocean bottom relief? कौशिक साहब, will you take a class? Why would you study bathymetry? He's saying to know about ocean bottoms. मैं कह रहा हूँ सवाल ही पैदा नहीं होता ocean bottoms का. Study lithology of the ocean, tectonic plate. You were talking about, 85 BC. Who's this tectonic plate student? तरुण यादव. 85 BC में टेक्टोनिक प्लेट ढूंढने जाएंगे? आपको अभी तक समझ में नहीं आया जो मैं कह रहा हूं? तरुण यादव, थोड़ा दिमाग लगाओ. ओशन है, आप समुद्र में बोट में, मैंने आपको छोड़ दिया, वो स्थिति है. कह रहे टेक्टोनिक प्लेट. अंकित कह रहा है स्टडी ऑफ लिथोलॉजी. आप समझ रहे हैं व्हाट आई एम सेइंग? आर यू इवन थिंकिंग व्हाट योर टीचर इज ट्राइंग टू टेल यू? आई नो यू वांट नोट्स, वो नोट्स छापे जाएंगे, डोंट वरी, बट दिमाग तो लगाओ भाई, दिमाग तो लगाओ. 85 बीसी में अर्चित कह रहा है मिनरल ढूंढने जाएंगे, मिनरल ढूंढने जाएंगे. अरे कोस्टल नेविगेशन खतरनाक होती है, ये देखो. इसीलिए मैंने कहा ना, कॉमन सेंस इज वेरी वेरी रेयर. 85 बीसी में प्लेट टेक्टोनिक बता रहा है, जस्ट बिकॉज इसके पैदा होने के बाद इसके टीचर ने प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स पढ़ा दिया. ही थिंक्स द होल वर्ल्ड न्यू प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स फ्रॉम डे वन. और फिर क्या कहते हैं, आईएएस भी बनेंगे, प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड भी है. भाई वो कुंभ में इतनी ट्रेजेडी हो गई, लोग बेचारे प्रॉब्लम्स में फंस गए, उसमें प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड वाले ऑफिसर्स चाहिए होते हैं, ऐसे थोड़ी जिनको यही नहीं पता व्हाट इज हैपनिंग. तो पहली बात तो ये बताया था आपको, जिसके आपने नोट्स बनाए. ऑल यू स्मार्ट पीपल जो नोट्स बना के बैठे हो, रट के बैठे हो, ये है 200 मीटर्स, ठीक है, और ये है वाटर सरफेस. आपको पता है एक शिप कितना होता है? अगर शिप पानी में डूबेगा तो शिप का कितना पार्ट इज इमर्स्ड? मे बी 10 to 12 मीटर. तो 10 to 12 मीटर के शिप को कोई प्रॉब्लम कहीं पर नहीं होने वाली. इससे प्रॉब्लम होगी यहां पर, कोस्टल एरिया. सितेश सौरभ का मतलब गहरा आंसर सुना है? सर टू सी हाउ डीप इट इज. आई एम सेइंग व्हाई वुड यू वांट टू मेजर द डेप्थ? आंसर सुन लो सितेश का, सर टू सी हाउ डीप इट इज. भाई क्या सेवन करते हो सुबह सुबह? मैं तो स्पेशली सब कुछ छोड़ के क्लास लेने आ गया, इसलिए क्लास लेने आया था. एक बोलेगा प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स 85 बीसी में प्लेट टेक्टोनिक्स ढूंढ रहे थे, दूसरा कह रहा है डेप्थ इसलिए ढूंढते क्योंकि उससे डेप्थ पता चलती है. सीतेश भाई क्या चूरन लेते हो सुबह सुबह? सुबह मत लिया करो यार, पूरा दिन होता है. ट्रू, लेट्स कम हियर. 10 to 12. अभी 10 to 12 में प्रॉब्लम है. 10 to 12 में प्रॉब्लम कब होती है? जब आपका ये कोस्ट है और कोस्ट पे पानी है, ये दिस इज वाटर एंड दिस इज योर शिप, दिस इज योर शिप, यस, या फिर सेलिंग बोट वाला शिप है. अब यहां पर अगर ये पानी के नीचे, अगर ये 3 मीटर्स तक डूबा और यहां पर डेप्थ 2 मीटर है, तो ये फंस जाएगा कि नहीं? So to understand climate, ecosystem and physical processes, Sri Rakesh, Sri Rakesh, Sri Rakesh, 85 BCE, Will you people come out of your fake answer writing thing? वो जो आंसर राइटिंग बन रहे हो, will you come into reality? Sitesh, Saurav, Sri Rakesh, will you come into reality? Will you listen to what your teacher is saying? 85 BC, what was the need to find the depth? So to understand climate, ecosystems, and earth physical processes. Sri Rakesh, are you aspiring for all India rank 1 and you're writing an answer right now because you're giving mains? Or would you show me your presence of mind that you can listen to the question? Sri Rakesh, I am here. I have gone there to fishing, to do fishing and for coastal trade. Sri Rakesh, are you even writing, all you people? Should I stop or should I dictate? Should I start dictating that navigation was very limited to coastal areas, coastal fishing? Should I dictate? Shitesh, Sri Rakesh, Nitish, should I dictate? Then only you will understand, or would you continue doing this foolishness? I am a teacher who's not going to sugarcoat things. I really found this atrocious when somebody said 65 BC plate tectonic देखने गया था. True or not? So don't be fools. I am here, and this, I am a person who keeps the chat on because I want a dialogue in the class. If I get such answers like Sri Rakesh, I will be, like totally this thing that what kind of students am I teaching? Who don't even have that presence of mind, how would you write an answer in the exam? How would you write an answer in the exam? For that matter, what question is asked to you, anyone, how would you answer that? So don't be fooled into that. Those are the times. Navigation किस लिए हो रहा है? Coastal areas, coastal trade, coastal fishing, coastal islands. Islands पे there is a shortage of water, there is a shortage of food. So that what will they do? They will move from one island to another island. Now when they are moving from one island to another island, what can happen? What can happen? It can happen that there is not sufficient water. So this ship or the boat may collide. And the boat is wooden boat. ये टूट जाएगी, ये टूट जाएगी. तो ये जो ओशन बॉटम रिलीफ ढूंढ रहा था कोई चाचा यहाँ पर, शर्मानी चाहिए क्वेश्चन को, क्वेश्चन के बाद ये आंसर सी. आई एम ओके विद दैट स्कूल ऑफ टीचिंग. हर चीज में हाँ बेटा मेरे नोट्स छाप लो, यही लिख देना, यही लिख देना. आई एम आस्किंग यू टू थिंक, एंड व्हेन यू थिंक एंड यू गो फूलिश ऑन दैट, आई विल पॉइंट दैट आउट. हाउ वुड बी टॉकिंग अबाउट ओशन बॉटम का रिलीफ? कोस्टल बॉटम, कोस्टल एरियाज. हमारी कोशिश ये है कि एनी ऑब्स्ट्रक्शन टू नेविगेशन पता चल जाए. ट्रू. और ये जितने भी लोग हैं, द इंटेल पेंटियम पीपल, ये बता दो कैसे पता चलेगी? हाउ वुड यू मेजर द डेप्थ? वो जो है प्लेट टेक्टोनिक वाला, और ये जो है सर टू नो द. सीतेश भैया कैसे पता चलेगा डेप्थ? 65 बीसी, हाउ डू यू फाइंड द डेप्थ? कौन है ये? सर ओशन एंड सी डिस्टर्बेंस. संदीप यादव भैया कैसे पता चलेगा 65 बीसी? हाउ वुड यू फाइंड द डेप्थ? अर्चित भैया मिनरल ढूंढने गए थे, हाउ वुड यू फाइंड द डेप्थ? लैंड पे मिनरल डेवलप नहीं हो रहे थे बेचारों से, हाउ वुड यू फाइंड द डेप्थ? 65 बीसी. वो जो इतने इंटेल पेंटियम जो बैठे हुए हैं क्लास में, ये बताओ हाउ वुड यू फाइंड द डेप्थ? ओशन की डेप्थ फाइंड कैसे करोगे? 65 बीसी. आप लोगों को ये भी नहीं पता कि भाई वो लोग बहुत बड़ा काम करके गए. हाँ जी, कैसे करोगे डेप्थ फाइंड? इस बोट को ओशन का डेप्थ फाइंड करना है. हाउ डू यू फाइंड इट? इकोसिस्टम एंड ऑल पीपल, हाउ डू यू फाइंड द डेप्थ भाई? ये तो बताइए. सोनार, ये देखो किशोर सौदागर, सोनार इन 65 BCE. किशोर सौदागर लिख तो दिया. अभी all the people, thousands of people who are seeing you, won't they be laughing? सोचा कभी? सोनार 65 BC. I'm just trying to put you in those situations कि आप उस टाइम पर हैं. And I really want to tell you that how these people are being brave, courageous to go into the ocean. जहां कोई मैप नहीं, कुछ नहीं. तुम तो सब नोट्स वाले हो, एकदम से आ गए. So how do you measure the depth? कैसे नापेगा? वो इकोसिस्टम नाप रहा है और क्या कर रहा है? ओशन बॉटम रिलीफ. सो पहले तो स्टूडेंट को रियलिटी में तो ला दो, नहीं तो पहले दिन ही हो जाता है मेरे नोट से आईएएस बन जाएगा। अभी स्टूडेंट इतना प्रेजेंस, वो माइंड भी नहीं, आईएएस बनेगा कैसे? हाउ डू यू मेजर इट? इट्स वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू मेजर। यू डोंट इवन नो व्हाट इज द डेप्थ बीनीथ यू, यू डोंट हैव एनीथिंग टू मेजर इट। क्या करोगे? क्या करोगे? यस। तो यहाँ पर अगर, वही मैं कह रहा हूँ, नॉट ओनली यू हैवंट सीन द सी, यू हैवंट इवन बीन क्लोज टू अ रिवर। रिवर में हो गया, पॉन्ड में हो गया फिशरमैन, और पॉन्ड में आपको पानी मेजर करना है, क्या करते हैं? पॉन्ड में पानी मेजर करना है, क्या करते हैं? एक स्टिक लेंगे, स्टिक को डालेंगे, जितना स्टिक वेट हुआ उससे पता चलेगा। डंडा लिया जाता है। आपके घर में टैंक होता है, आपके कार के अंदर, इंजन के अंदर ऑयल के लिए क्या होता है? डिप स्टिक होती है, होती कि नहीं होती है? सिंपल थिंग इज टू जंप इनटू द ओशन दैट टाइम। वाह ऋतुपर्णा, फिर जंप करके क्या करेगा? मैं कह रहा हूँ प्रैक्टिकल तो सोचो। तुम लोग एकदम 2023 के लोग हो, 2025 सॉरी, अब 23 तो शुरू हुए थे हम यहाँ पे केजीएस में ज्योग्राफी जब हमने हिंदी में शुरू किया था। 2025 में मतलब पीपल डोंट इवन हैव एनी कॉमन सेंस ऑफ व्हाट हैपेंड टू यू पीपल। किसी भी चीज में मेजर करने के लिए, अगर आपको बाइक में पेट्रोल देखना है और समझ नहीं आ रहा है, तो एक स्टिक लिया, स्टिक जितना वेट हुआ उससे पता चला। कार के उसमें इंजन ऑयल के लिए डिप स्टिक होती है, तो स्टिक स्टिक स्टिक। ये जो है ना ओशन बॉटम रिलीफ वाले, प्लेट टेक्टोनिक वाले, शर्मानी चाहिए भाई। प्लेट टेक्टोनिक अगर आंसर दिया आपने तो बहुत ज्यादा शर्मानी चाहिए। सर ऐसा कर रहे हो, मेरी बेइज्जती कर रहे हो। मेरी बेइज्जती भाई तुम करवाओगे कल को। मैं वो वाला हूं नहीं कि नोट्स मेरे वाले रट के गए थे एंड ऑल दोस थिंग्स। आई एम सेइंग उतना तो सेंस होगा। So we did not have that big sticks. So now they had to think, they were brainstorming, they had to find a way. They said, we don't have sticks, we have ropes. We have ropes. Rope को नीचे ले जाते हैं। Rope, why would the rope go inside? Rope is fiber, no, it will float. So what we'll do is we'll tie a heavy thing, lead. Lead लिया, उस पे बांधा heavy weight और उसको lower किया. And the weight on the rope is there, but moment the rope will touch the ground, the weight on the rope will become loose. So that is called a handheld lead line. सोचो, all the scientists sitting in my class, जिन्हें क्लास पे कमेंट हो सकता है, आज क्लियर कमेंट कर रहा हूं आप पर, क्लियर कमेंट। इट्स इजी टू कमेंट ऑन अदर थिंग्स, आई एम सेइंग सोचो तो। ट्रू और नॉट? ये देखो प्रसाद, हैंड आउट प्रिंट क्यों नहीं हो रहा है? मैंने प्रिंट प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया। यू वांट द आंसर? मैंने प्रिंट प्रोटेक्ट कर दिया प्रसाद। आई वांटेड इट टू प्रिंट ऑन द माइंड, यू डिड नॉट आंसर एनीथिंग। रिमेंबर प्रसाद, मैन टू मैन। प्रसाद, आई पुट इट ऑन प्रिंट प्रोटेक्ट। हैप्पी? नाउ वुड यू आंसर द क्वेश्चंस प्रसाद? सी, you can see what kind of gang is here. प्रसाद, हैंड आउट है, प्रिंट प्रोटेक्ट है, ऑनलाइन है, ऑनलाइन अवेलेबल है आपके पास, आप उसे डाउनलोड कर लो जब पढ़ना पड़ो। डू वी गेट दैट? इट्स अ वेरी स्ट्रेंज थिंग। क्लास चल रहा है, क्लास चल रहा है, ही हैज नो आंसर टू दैट। सर मेरा प्रिंट नहीं हो रहा है। And I am saying, I am ashamed that I am asking students, why would you want to get to the depth? And he says, plate tectonics ke liye. That's what I'm doing here, Prasad. I'm very clear about that, that education has to be. Education is not about collecting these things. And I also know, Prasad, there are many coaching institutes वाला जो सिर्फ notes लेने के लिए है। Print protect। और बताइए। I would really appreciate, Prasad, you going into the top ranks. All India rank 1. Would you be interested in that, Prasad? Your name is Prasad. Would you want to take that, Prasad, or only PDF? चलिए वापस आते हैं। Let's come back. Are we back to this? This is not an easy thing. Handheld lead line. You have to lower a rope and then you pick it up. मेहनत लगती है उसमें। So that's what was this thing. और इसको बोलते हैं bathymetry. Bathymetry, and it is very very टाइम कंज्यूमिंग, इट इज वेरी वेरी टाइम कंज्यूमिंग. एक डाला, उसके बाद निकाला. एंड टेल मी हाउ डीप अ रोप कैन बी. इमेजिन अगर आपके पास 100 मीटर डीप रोप है. आपने तो कभी साउंडिंग किया नहीं ना. वो 100 मीटर डीप रोप पता ही नहीं चलेगा वो नीचे कब टच हो रहा है. सो दिस इज ओनली फॉर लाइक मे बी अप टू 50 मीटर्स, अप टू 20 to 50 मीटर्स. उतना ही होता है, उससे ज्यादा नहीं हो सकता है. कहाँ गए प्रसाद? अरे प्रसाद रैंक 1 कमिट करने में घबरा गया. यू डोंट वांट टू कमिट फॉर रैंक 1, यू वांट मी टू कमिट फॉर प्रिंट आउट. कम ऑन यार, डोंट ब्रिंग माय गेम डाउन यार. डोंट लाइक टेक अवे द इंस्पिरेशन फ्रॉम द टीचर प्रसाद. बताओ, भाग गया यार. चलिए वापस आए. सर जी डाउट पूछने, डाउट पूछेगा. चैट इसलिए दिया हुआ है कि भाई हमारा ये करो, ऑन करो. सो एंशिएंट एवरीवन, डू वी अंडरस्टैंड? सो इट वाज नॉट इजी, इट वाज नॉट इजी. देन वी कम टू medieval एजेस. medieval एजेस में कौन आते हैं? अरब्स. Arab navigators. Where are these Arab people? They are in this area. Where are they operating? They are operating here. So when we are talking about this area, what kind of ocean is this? What kind of ocean is this? So this is Arabian Sea. ये लोग इधर navigate करते थे. They will navigate in these areas. And they even went to navigate through this, and they went to China. Coastal navigation, coastal navigation. सब coast, 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 coast. Coast was the rule. Coast was the rule. Coast was the rule. Amazing thing. बहुत बड़ा काम करके गए Arab navigators. And they also observed. They observed winds, currents, tides, all those things. The word मौसम से आया मॉनसून. मॉनसून के बारे में जब भी आप देखेंगे वो अरब ट्रेडर्स से आता है. जब भी वो आप देखेंगे अरब ट्रेड से आता है. कौशिक साहा, डू यू इवन नो व्हाट इज ऑन्थ्रोपोट? डू यू इवन नो व्हाट इज ऑन्थ्रोपोट? कौशिक साहा, कौशिक साहा, आप बहुत ज्यादा ज्ञान दे रहे हैं. डू यू इवन नो व्हाट इज ऑन्थ्रोपोट? प्लीज लिसन व्हाट आई हैव टू टेल यू. डू नॉट शो योर ज्ञान. बेइज्जती होती कौशिक साहा. सीखो तो सही बच्चे. आई हैव अ रिक्वेस्ट टू यू. डू यू इवन नो व्हाट इज ऑन्थ्रोपोट? नहीं करो ना यार. आपको बता रहे हैं कोस्टल नेविगेशन चल रहा है. एंड दिस पीपल आर डेयरिंग करेजियस पीपल. ये फालतू का इधर उधर वाले नहीं है, इधर उधर से नोट्स उठाकर और वो कर दिया. हो सकता है कौशिक साहब तुमने कोचिंग वोचिंग कर रखी हो, वहां समझे नहीं ऑन्थ्रोपोट होता क्या है बेटा. बताएंगे ऑन्थ्रोपोट क्या होता है. ठीक है. डू नॉट इम्प्रेस, डिप्रेस हो जाता है. ऑन्थ्रोपोट इज सिंगापुर. ऑन्थ्रोपोट इज एम्स्टरडैम का रॉटरडैम पोर्ट. दोज आर ऑन्थ्रोपोट्स. ठीक है. मत करो ज्ञान का बखान, बेइज्जती होती है. क्लास चलने दो प्लीज. वो प्लेट टेक्टोनिक कर रहा है. प्लीज आई एम रिक्वेस्टिंग, प्लीज ट्रांसपोर्ट योर सेल्फ इन टू दोज डेज वेन दीज पीपल आर एक्चुअली डूइंग दोज नेविगेशंस. यहीं पर आपके चोलास जाते हैं. ये चोला एम्पायर ऐसे ही मशहूर नहीं हो गए, कोचिंग करके नहीं गए थे भाई. दे रियली डिड समथिंग. इट इज नॉट इजी नेविगेटिंग इन दिस. माना दिस इज अरेबियन सी, दिस इज बे ऑफ बंगाल. दीज आर डिफिकल्ट वाटर बॉडीज. इधर भी साइक्लोन्स आते हैं, मॉनसून फिनोमिना होता है, बट ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम, practice, 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 and they perfected this. Medieval ages also. And if we want to survey, which area will we survey for the depth? Only the coastal areas where the ship is going to be parked. Where the ship is going to be parked. So it was mostly this. So ancient and medieval. Ab I have told you, and I would not go into the long story of it. that the big kick comes from here. Who are these people? These are Europeans. तो Europeans भी अपना coastal navigation कर रहे हैं. Coastal, 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 coastal. Yes. But most preferred route was the land route. And how many of you remember that? Silk route. These were the land routes. Most preferred was land route. It is not easy to get into. It is not easy to get into the oceans. I told you there are no charts, there are no maps, and your ships are small. They will take the beating. ऐसे ही चलता था. Now I told you the clash between Islam and Christianity that stopped these land routes. When these land routes were stopped, then came the big thing for us. And what is that big thing? Age of exploration. I've already talked about this. Here came Columbus, Magellan. Here came Vasco da Gama. Yes, Captain Cook, Bartholomew Dias. और कौन सा सी है? तस्मान सी, एबल तस्मान. Amazing people. These are the daring people, courageous people. This was the most dangerous phase, and this is where human beings really outdid everything. This is where, through navigation, we even reached Antarctica. We reached Arctic. सब कुछ कर दिया हमने. This is the most breathtaking and the powerful phase of navigation. Without any maps, they went into exploration. Ship after ship went, captain after captain went, many of them died. This is the age I'm talking about, the surface navigation. And there is no deep sea navigation. Subsurface navigation miracles. Surface navigation miracles. I would not call it anything short of miracles. You haven't seen the sea, it is punishing. And people going over there and crossing those frontiers is like going beyond your limit. They left their safety behind. They left everything behind. Many of them never returned. They were not there for minerals, ocean minerals and ocean fish. No. They were there, courageous, daring, exploring spirit, and they just wanted to do that. Who was sponsoring them? The kings were sponsoring them. Why were they sponsoring them? For land, territory, and religion. I've already told you that it was for God, gold, glory. If you remember, 3 Gs. So the king was looking at Christianity, gold, and glory. The navigators, amazing people. True or not? That's called navigation. And they were not looking at the ocean bottom even now. Surface navigation, रास्ता मिल जाए यही बहुत है. That's what our first phase is about. Some names. Modern European, Arab हो गया. Exploration happened between 1400 to 1600. Now we are AD. And here we have Christopher Columbus, Vasco da Gama, Ferdinand Magellan. And this is the time Halley in 1685 charts of the trade winds, because this was also the sailing days. But it was not, you haven't seen today's ships also. Those ships are diesel engine driven ships. Those are, solid steel ships. But when we are talking about these ships, they are all about this. So we are looking at 1400 to 1600 and 1685. We have Halley giving us the wind chart. 1400 to 1600. How did he get the chart? They are in the sea. They are noting it down. Where are the winds? Where are the winds? Because wind is the fuel for them. Yes or no? So Arab navigators traveled to Arab land, traded with India, traded with China, sea routes, but mostly coastal. Mostly coastal. Age of exploration is going to break things. It's going to break things. Now tell me, anyone looking for tectonics till now? Anyone looking for tectonics? No chance. Anyone talking about ecosystems? No chance. Why not? Why not? Why not? Everyone, why not? Why are they not talking about ecosystems and minerals and tectonics? Why are they not talking about it? क्यों नहीं बात कर रहे? So they're not interested in it. Their focus is something else. So they were not aware about it. They were not aware about that oceans have bottoms. They were not interested in it. इंटरेस्ट ही नहीं था भाई. एक बात बताओ, यू पीपल आर प्रिपेयरिंग फॉर यूपीएससी, आर यू इंटरेस्टेड इन नीट एग्जामिनेशन और आईआईटी जेई एग्जामिनेशन? नो. इज दैट एनी लेस? नो. वो देखो मधुलिका कॉलोनियल, कॉलोनियल नहीं, एक्सप्लोरर जा रहा है अपने उसले. इट वॉज नॉट इम्पॉर्टेंट एट दैट टाइम. No need for that because oceans were big. Oceans were seen just as a medium to reach one place to another. They did not see it. They did not see it. It was just a maximum, the role of the ocean was just a trade route. That's what we are talking about. Get that? So, फिर science कब आएगा? Why are they looking into? Why is this fellow Heli looking into trade winds? Why is he looking into trade winds? So because they impact the ships. Okay, what impacts the ship? Because trade wind is going to give them the fuel. Yes or no? Westerlies is going to give them the fuel. They will avoid the areas where the winds are calm. They would prefer the areas where strong winds are there. Yes or no? True or not? The focus is only on survival, navigation and trade. So they would want that only. Winds are driving the ship. So that's absolutely correct. True or not? If some phenomena, unique phenomena is bothering their navigation, they will look into it. Otherwise not. Otherwise not. Very simple on that. Very simple on that. So are they interested in the depth? Yes, they are interested in the depth. They are looking at bathymetry, no doubt about that. But which bathymetry impacts them? Coastal. So coastal kar rahe. They are looking at coastal. And did I tell you that there is, the modern science is not developed, they don't have techniques. So their techniques are limited. Limited maps and techniques. True or not? Their first focus is to make the map of the world. First focus is spatial. पहले map बनाओ यार. They want to go to the place, they want to find out where is the danger, this part is shallow, idhar nahi jana, idhar jana. That's what they are doing. And above all, they are trying to stay alive. Trying to stay alive, please get that. Army is going into on those ships, so many people going on those ships, food shortage, bimari. I told you about this scurvy killing them. They are just into this. And they are going to new lands. Tell me, new land. Would it not be dangerous, moving towards Antarctica? Captain Cook went for Antarctica. He took many chakkars, but he was not able to find land. And more so when he moved further, there was icing. So because of ice he cannot move, so he left that route. Captain Cook changed his route and instead he went to Pacific Ocean. He went up into the Pacific Ocean. He looked at various oceans and he went and looked at Canada, Siberia, Arctic. That's where he reached. Now to go to the poles, you need ships which can handle even those cold conditions. True or not? Those frozen conditions. जब तक वो develop नहीं होगा तब तक आएगा ही नहीं. So my world is so inspiring that I every day is so encouraged that new land I'm going to find out. Why should I bother what is inside the ocean? And I want to tell you, they worshipped sea god. They worshipped sea god. Sea was like blessing, just like a farmer worships the land. Dharti Maiya, unke liye sagar hai. Sea is the god. Do we get that? Sea is our caretaker. Sea is our caretaker. Please keep us alive. Our songs are for the sea. Our traditions are for the sea. Sea is that. Please get that. Your connection with the sea will change. No. Till now, these people are not commercially going to harness the sea. No, no, that's not coming to their mind. That's not coming to their mind. Sea is their savior. And if you do something wrong, the sea will punish you. That's their relation with sea. They're looking towards the sea to show them the way they can reach it. They're looking towards the sky through navigation to show them the way. They are believers. They are believers. अभी कोई प्लेट टेक्टोनिक नहीं आ रहा भाई. But with time, scientists will start joining this gang. From navigators, army generals, from soldiers, scientists will say, we also want to go on your ship. And we want to observe now the temperature of the sea. We want to observe the winds. We want to create the law. And when we are looking at somewhere the temperature is more or less, we would also want to know what is inside the ocean. Yes or no? And what will be the choice of the scientist? To study the atmosphere and the sea on the surface, or to study deep ocean bottom? What will be the first preference of the scientist at that time? Since he does not have the techniques to look inside, his first preference would be samples of the surface. वो surface ही देखेगा. He will also look at the ocean. True or not? Ocean and the atmosphere. He would not go deep inside. So deep inside is a very, very rare thing. होने ही नहीं वाला है. Get that? Okay. Scientific explorations began with Captain James Cook. His expedition had scientific goals. So Captain Cook, James Cook, was not a small thing. This was like Britishers getting into navigation. And the ship is Her Majesty's ships, HMS Endeavour. अभी जो नाम है ना Endeavour, ये important हो जाएंगे. Some of them we will find these names coming in. HMS Endeavour. He goes to New Zealand and Australia. Then his expedition, now the ship is Resolution. The ship's name is Discovery. He finds out Canada, Alaska, Siberia. And he is into accurate, thorough, complete description. Remember, geography was descriptive. So Captain Cook's journey was descriptive. Very, very thorough. So when we are talking about Captain Cook was not just this. He made them as scientific expedition. Yes, accurate description of whichever land he's going. So you would have heard of, like captains of the ship. वो Captain Jack Sparrow आपने देखा, मजे कर रहे हैं, शराब पी रहे हैं, इधर घूम रहे हैं, उधर घूम रहे हैं. This man is noting down everything. Tremendous. So he goes and he looks at so many things, and this is what we are talking about. Is Captain Cook and his expeditions: Endeavour expedition, Resolution expedition, Discovery expedition. US enters the party in 19th century. The ship is called USS Vincennes, and on Vincennes they are able to confirm that Antarctica का एक continent है. So these are now scientific expeditions. So these will soon, age of exploration from navigators. After age of exploration, the scientific expeditions started. Started with what? Captain Cook, can I say that? So Captain Cook comes in. Yes. ये कहाँ पर हो गया? न्यूजीलैंड, ऑस्ट्रेलिया, उसके बाद he went on other ones also, plus Arctic. कनाडा और क्या है, साइबेरिया। यूएस एक्सपीडिशन, यूएसए एक्सपीडिशन, यस नाम लेना है। व्हाट इज इट, यूएसएस विंसन, यूएस का क्या नाम था, विंसेनस। confirmed Antarctica. Yes, they are continuing with this. And then we have Franklin, ocean current, first chart of ocean currents. And we have Matthew Murray as global pattern of surface winds. Okay. Franklin, first chart of ocean current. And I am putting a big name, Matthew Murray. Now expeditions are gone, so people are working on this, and this person is going to be the father of physical oceanography, because he is not just a captain who's exploring, he's going to write a book for us, global pattern of surface winds and ocean current, not only just Gulf Stream. See, Franklin was talking of Gulf Stream in 1769. He just mentioned one current, ocean current, Gulf Stream. So abhi tak kya tha? We were talking about winds which were pushing us. Now we have a flow of water which is pushing us. And that is called what? That is called the Gulf Stream. But here we have Matthew Murray, who is going to talk about the global pattern of winds and currents. Important or not? What's he going to give us? Father of physical geography, because he writes this book, The Physical Geography of the Seas, 1855. Matthew Murray. Did I say Murray? M-A-U. Matthew Murray. Get that? So get the spelling correct, because we'll have a Murray also coming. So Matthew Murray. And what does he write? The Physical Geography of the Seas, 1855. What does he do? First scholar to conduct a systematic study of oceans full time. Full time. Do we get that? Are we okay? So Murray, Matthew Murray is the father of physical geography. Clear up to this point? Now I want to bring something very important. This you will use at many places in various answers. Challenger expedition. Challenger expedition. Do you know which is the deepest place in the oceans? Which is the deepest place in the oceans? Which is the deepest place in the oceans? अभिनव कह रहा है ट्रेंचेस, अभी नाम बताओ, मजाक कर रहा है। और इतने मतलब एब्सेंट माइंडेड पीपल हैं कि आपको टीचर हिंट दे रहा है, वो तो लगाएगा चैलेंजर डीप, सभी ने सुना है कि नहीं सुना है? इतने एब्सेंट माइंडेड। सो ट्रेंच सबसे डीप होते हैं। अरे चैलेंजर बताने जा रहा हूँ, चैलेंजर डीप सबने सुना हुआ है। चैलेंजर डीप ऑफ मरियाना ट्रेंच इज द डीपेस्ट प्लेस ऑन अर्थ, जिन लोग को नहीं पता था। और जो लोग इतना प्रेजेंस ऑफ माइंड नहीं रखते, प्लीज ब्रिंग दैट इन, यू विल नीड दैट टू क्लियर दिस एग्जामिनेशन, प्रीलिम्स, मेंस एज वेल एज इंटरव्यू। ये जरूरत पड़ेगा। जो ट्रेंच वाले बच्चे हैं थोड़ा सा लेवल बढ़ाएं। तो चैलेंजर एक्सपीडिशन, तो उसका नाम चैलेंजर क्यों है? व्हाई इट इज चैलेंजर डीप? So it comes from the name of the ship, Challenger Expedition. 1872 to 1876, first sailing expedition devoted completely to marine science. Do you know what was on this ship? There was no army general, no priest, only scientists, 200 scientists. Marine science के लिए जाएंगे, and what will they do? They are going to survey and look into the physics, chemistry, everything of the ocean. Scientists of this expedition called this enterprise oceanography. Everything about oceanography. They collected and analyzed data about salinity, temperature, water density. 4,700 new species were found out and proved wrong with presence of life at greater depth. They also found out life at much greater depth. फोर्ब्स में माना जाता था कि डेप्थ पे कोई लाइफ ही नहीं है. एंड चैलेंजर रिपोर्ट पब्लिश्ड 50 वॉल्यूम्स. And Sir John Murray, who was heading this. So under Murray, so that was Maury and this is Murray, laid foundation of the new science of oceanography. Challenger expedition and Sir John Murray. Everyone with me on this? That's where the Challenger Deep is named after. Clear? Some names which I wanted to give you. अभी तक क्या चल रहा है? Surface or deep sea? Surface or deep sea? We have come to almost 150 years ago. Till 150 years ago. ये 150 years ago है. We are just looking at the physics, chemistry and biology of the ocean. But not the bottom. Why not the bottom? Why not the bottom? Everyone, it is 150 years ago. We are not talking about the bottom. What is the problem? Why not go into the bottom? No techniques. Number one, no techniques to go into the bottom. Second, no need. Assuming that oceans are flat, featureless. True. And I also want to, before I explain further, I also want to tell everyone, 2025, still there are unsurveyed parts in the ocean. The world has decided not to survey them. It's so big. उसके bottom में जाकर क्या ही मिलेगा? That's what we are talking about. We don't have the resources. और अभी क्या टेक्निक है? यहाँ तक कौन सी टेक्निक है? वो रस्सी डाल रहे हैं. रस्सी डाल के नापेगा. कोस्टल एरियाज ही ज्यादा एक्सप्लोर्ड है. डीप सी में गए हैं बट प्रॉब्लम है. तो भी क्या चाहिए उसके लिए? टेक्निक चाहिए ना. टेक्निक कब आएगी? टेक्निक आएगी वर्ल्ड वॉर में जब सोनार आ जाएगा. तब तक oceans are a place for navigation. Know something about it because ocean impact the atmosphere also. Further, era of deep sea exploration is going to come. 1875 to 1914, oceanographic expeditions and surface survey. expeditions to survey surface and subsurface conditions. Yes, it gained momentum. Challenger expedition, Sverdrup farm expedition, a specially designed ship called Fram was there. This went into Arctic Ocean. Amundsen went to South Pole, the first person to reach there. And here we have German meteor expedition in 1925, which applied the modern optical and electronic equipments like echo sounder. अब आ गया echo sounder 1925 German meteor expedition. Now we are entering deep sea exploration. 1925 German meteor expedition is going to happen. They used electronic echo sounder. So what is an echo sounder? Echo sounder. Echo sounder. An electronic device that uses electronic device that uses sonar techniques. An electronic device that uses sonar techniques to a certain depth of oceans. Yes, ocean की depth उससे पता चलेगी. Generally, what should I say? Applicable, accurate for depths up to 200 meter. Helped in widening the scope of coastal bathymetric surveys. Acoustic method. That is faster and more useful for deeper coastal water up to 200 meter compared to hand held lead lines. So अब कौन सा मेथड आ गया? Acoustic method. What is acoustic method? What is an acoustic method? What is an acoustic method? Method using sound waves to a certain distance or depth using sonar principle. That is acoustic method. That is acoustic method. So everyone, deep sea exploration has come, and everyone with me on this? इस पे कोई क्वेश्चन है तो पूछो, फिर मैं बताता हूँ, इसको एक्सप्लेन कर देता हूँ, so that you know what is acoustic method, because they've asked us how did acoustic method do things. So we have acoustics coming in. So what is this acoustic method? What is this acoustic method? इसकी हम बात कर रहे हैं. मॉडर्न ओशनोग्राफी गेन मोमेंटम, मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी, चैलेंजर हो गया, गजेल हो गया, स्वर्डरूप का फ्रैम हो गया, एको साउंडर इज देयर, and it is the second HMS Challenger expedition in 1951 that using sonar we were able to identify the Challenger Deep. तो चैलेंजर डीप किससे पता चला? सोनार से पता चला, बिकॉज उतना रस्सी तो डाल नहीं सकता ना. यस नो, 11 kilometers deep when we are looking at, you cannot go on that. That's what we are talking about. So through sonar techniques we have been able to identify them. Is everyone with me on this? What are these sonar techniques, or what are these acoustic techniques? That's what we are talking about. So ocean bathymetry. Ocean bathymetry is the measurement of ocean depth. If you wish, you can write things. Bathymetry, measurement of ocean depth and charting of the shape and topography of the ocean. That is bathymetry. First you will measure the depth, and through that depth measurement you will tell us how that ocean bottom is. Determining bathymetry involves measuring the vertical distance from the ocean surface down to the mountain valleys. The standard unit is fathom. 1 fathom is equal to 1.8 meter or 6 feet. So bathymetry, what is bathymetry? Depth measurement and charting of topography of ocean bottom. Deep sea exploration begins, bathymetry begins. And charting the ocean bottom topography. People who do not know the meaning of charting, charting means making a map of it. Unit FATHOM, 6 feet, 1.8 meter. So how do we chart the ocean bottom? So everyone, suppose this is the ocean surface. Suppose this is the ocean surface. This is the ocean surface. And there is a depth here. So there is a depth D. And there is a depth here. I measure D. Can I measure it? Can I measure it? How do I measure it? Formerly, what was I doing? I was putting a stick or a rope. But now what do? I put I put an electronic device. I put an electronic device which is called an echo sounder. What does echo sounder do? It sends it sends a sound wave deep into the ocean. नीचे क्या जा रहा है? Sound wave is going deep into the ocean like this. This sound wave. Through the water it can pass. Sound can travel through water, it can pass. But moment it comes across a hard surface, it is bound to get reflected back. Bound to get reflected back. I will measure the time taken for this sound to travel. Time taken for this sound to travel. Yes. So echo sounder an electronic device that measures the time taken for sound to travel between the device and submarine surface. Echo method. To ascertain the depth. तो depth पता चल जाएगी कि नहीं? Everyone? Now I found that that was small d. Can there be different depths or not? Can there be different depths? So one is I am a navigator, I am the captain of the ship, I want to know the depth. That's okay. But from that multiple depth points, can I create a graph or not? Everyone, think about it. If I am looking at depth of these points, everyone, please tell me, depth of these points are known to me. Can I not create a graph out of it? Can I create that or not? Different depths are there. And what will that give me? First the depth, then different depths will give me a graph. So how will a echo sounder screen looks like? So we have an echo sounder and this is the echo graph. How will it look like? It will look like this. True. And this is my surface. So does it give me the depth? Depth and topography. Everyone. Everyone understood? Can I do that or not? What is the advantage? Advantage of echo sounder. क्या एडवांटेज होगा? What will be the advantage? Quick. Will it be quick or not? It will be a quick bathymetric survey. पहले क्या करना पड़ता था, लाइन डालना पड़ता था एंड देन पिक इट बैक एंड डू दैट, पिक इट बैक। आई रिमेंबर ऐसे करने में तो मेरा मतलब शोल्डर के मसल्स बन गए थे। I used to do that. A lot of soundings we used to do that. Not for the sea, but ship has huge tanks. So in those tanks, oil and other fluids are there. We would measure them. So sounding, we'll take sounding. डाला खींच रहा है, डाला खींच रहा है, डाला खींच रहा है. True or not? पूरा बॉडी बन रहा था. उसमें टाइम बहुत लगता था. Quick, quick, short time. Short time. Can I say when it is taking short time, will it expand my area? So wider coverage. Yes. Can I get a good bottom profile? अच्छा मिल रहा है? True or not? Without bothering about that. क्या करना, बटन दबाना बस. You have to just press the button and wherever the ship goes, ship के नीचे का वो पेंट करता जाएगा. 1 second, thousands of beam. ठीक है? अच्छा. Multi beam sonar used to do side scan also. 3D image of basin available. Okay? Everyone pay attention to this. So imagine you in your room, you are at the bottom. You are at the bottom of the ocean. Yes? And on top, on the ceiling, there is an echo sounder. There is an echo sounder which is sending the beams down. What can it measure? What can it measure? There is an echo sounder at the top of your head. And you're sitting. Your floor is the bottom. So what will it measure? What will it measure? So the height of the room, yes or no? वहां से बीम मारेगा तो will it be able to measure the height of your room or not? Will it be measure? Will we be able to measure the height of your room? Yes or no? Height of the room. Yes. Height of the room or width of the room? जो भी depth कह रहा है, depth means the height of the room only, no? Floor to ceiling, that distance it will be able to measure. Height or the width? Height or the width? Height, sir. Width, yes or no? No. No, sir, not width, because the beam is sent here and it goes back only height. Okay. Now what I do is, there is one echo sounder on the top which is measuring this. I bring one more echo sounder, put it in my hand, and this was sending beams like this. No, I turn it around and I start sending beams here and there. Will I be able to find the width also now? True or not? True or not? So if I have an echo sounder at the ship, so वो तो depth दे देगा. But imagine there is a ship. There is a ship which is here. ठीक है? And it has an echo sounder. Echo sounder is giving it the depth or not? So it is giving it the depth. But the ship has a rope. The ship has a rope. इस शिप के पास एक रोप भी है और रोप से इन लोगों ने एक छोटा सा पोर्टेबल एको साउंडर भी लगा रखा है. एंड पोर्टेबल एको साउंडर कैन सेंड वेव्स ऑन आइदर साइड. कैन आई get a hint about what kind of a basin or topography will be there? कर सकता है कि नहीं? Can I do that or not? So ये portable है. Portable को नीचे डाला. So how do you go to Mariana Trench? Mariana Trench भाई नीचे बहुत deep है. उधर 11 किलोमीटर आप कुछ पोर्टेबल डाल सकते हैं, यू कैन डू दैट ऑल्सो, ट्रू और नॉट? दीज आर द एडवांटेजेस। एडवांटेजेस उसका पूरा, आप उसका पूरा अकूस्टिक सर्वे करो, मजे से अकूस्टिक सर्वे करो, एरिया का डेप्थ विड्थ कर सकता है यूजिंग दैट थिंग। व्हाट इज द डिसएडवांटेज? व्हाट इज द डिसएडवांटेज? What is the disadvantage? Limitation. More reliable. Up to 200-meter depth. False echoes increase with depth. ये क्या है, 200 मीटर्स तक ठीक है, उसके बाद क्या होगा? उसके बाद द साउंड वेव इज गोइंग डाउन, but you do not know whether that was reflected really by the ground surface, or probably a fishing bank, a shoal of fish were there and a lot of fish are there, उन्हीं से रिफ्लेक्ट होकर वापस आ गया, फॉल्स एको आने लगेगा, पॉसिबल और नॉट? एंड समटाइम्स द एको विल नॉट कम, ओनली इट इज गोइंग डाउन 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 डाउन, आपस में एकोज का इंटरफेरेंस हो गया, इट्स लाइक दिस थिंग, ठीक है? Acha, doesn't show the actual picture. So did you hear of a recent accident where a submarine, or a submersible rather, uh, in which people were taken to see the wreckage of Titanic? Yes, as tourists, they went inside that, and that submersible imploded under pressure. There was some leakage, and those people died. Yes, and we tried to find out where that has happened. We are not able to reach. Can echo sounder help in that? Echo sounder can tell that there is something over there, but can it take a picture? Echo sounder is just a graph, no, it is not a film. You don't get a picture over there, true? And when we were trying to find out where they are, we were not able to locate. Oceans are big, thousands of square kilometer. अब उसमें echo sounder survey भी करना, उससे भी नहीं मिलता है. Similarly, Malaysian Airways flight had crashed into the ocean. That missing flight, we never knew about it. उसको हम ढूंढ रहे हैं, किधर है. Some people said कि उसका wreckage ऑस्ट्रेलिया के पास है. Oceans are big. ये echo survey करना बहुत मुश्किल होता है. So even now, oceans have not been fully surveyed. Echo survey is reliable, no doubt about that. Quick bathymetric survey, highly reliable, wide coverage and reliable. Sachin sir, you said either wide nahi hota, wider coverage than manual methods. What is a manual method? Handheld method is a manual method. समझ में आ गया सभी लोगों को? So this is, but a big development or not? In oceanography, is this a big development or not? Is this a big development or not? And it is because of this acoustic survey. It is because of these acoustic surveys. Acoustic bathymetric surveys post World War II laid the foundation and acted as the most important evidences for for the development of lithospheric studies, ideas of sea floor spreading, ocean bottom relief studies, and eventually development of plate tectonics. So acoustic bathymetric survey ने कमाल कर दिया. Remember Harry Hess, till that time it was believed that oceans are featureless, flat and featureless. True? Oceans were believed to be flat and featureless. Acoustic survey कैसा होता है? First scientifically devised bathymetry of ocean depths was initiated 1870 during HMS Challenger. Now you know what is HMS Challenger. Challenger आपको समझ में आ गया है. Challenger में हो रहा था थोड़ा बहुत oceanic depth, but उस time we did not use this thing. सोनार्स नहीं थे. 1872 में चैलेंजर हुआ. The echo sounder were first used in meteor expedition. You've already written that. And undersea mountains were located in the south central Atlantic Ocean. Meteors भी आ गया. Now this is the technique. Everyone, can you see a sonar wave? Sonar wave, this is how it will go down from the ship, and it is automatic. It is automatic. And these are the things that we are looking at. They were surprised to discover 1957 bathymetry was mapped by sonar. Oceanographers were surprised to discover that the deepest part of the oceans occurred near land. They found mountain ranges, they found whatever, to the surprise of all the oceanographers, that all ocean bottom reliefs were very much there. Is everyone with me on this? They were very much there. Echo sounding acoustic methods. The presence of mid-ocean ocean undersea mountains held long had been known, but recognition of their full extent came from echo sounder. Echo sounder को ही fathometer भी कहते हैं. Remember, fathom is the unit, so measuring of depth, fathometer is echo sounder. Echo sounder, however, lacks details and can give inaccurate view. I told you why inaccurate view. False echoes can come, the fish may reflect it or anything can reflect it. And most of our knowledge in ocean bathymetry has been provided by this thing. During the World War II, there was great improvement in sonar technology, and modern acoustic instruments that use the map, they have multi-beam sonars. Multi-beam means ek do frequency, which use multiple frequency, as well as side scan sonars, which can tell you about the side also, and this will lead to acoustic seismic profiling. Acoustic seismic profiling means you get the view, the up down view and the side view of that area. Everyone with me on this? Are we clear? तो ये आपका टेक्निक्स ऑफ बैथीमेट्री है. व्हाई आर वी टॉकिंग अबाउट दैट? क्योंकि अभी खत्म नहीं हो रहा है. अब प्रॉब्लम ये हो गई कि ये तो हो गया. यस, helped in acoustic But still there is a problem. There is a problem that it has limitations. So how do we study oceans, the vast oceans? Still not suitable for studying the topography of vast expanse of ocean basins. ये कैसे करें? So everyone, I have this as my ocean. I don't know what is here. Get that? This is 200 meter. So I have device for this, manual method, echo sounder method. What do I do for this? इसके लिए क्या करें? How do we go for the deep sea ones? How should we go for the deep sea ones? Quickly, everyone. बाकी ये क्या करें? इनका तो समझ में आ गया. We were able to do a survey of them, coastal areas, that's okay. But what about this ocean bottom over here? It is time taking. कौशिक साहा कह रहा है कि सबमरीन ले जाए. सबमरीन देखा है कितना होता है? सबमरीन कौन सी टेक्निक यूज करेगा? What will a submarine use? Echo sounder. सबमरीन क्या करेगा? echo sounder करेगा. And that is not possible. This is such a huge area. सबमरीन को भेज रहा है, सबमरीन के पास अपना ही फ्यूल नहीं है. How do you study it? Now you know scientists are interested. They want to know. Now the world in the 20th century, we want to know the geology of the ocean bottom. Because I can see resources, minerals. अब मुझे चाहिए यार. Now I need in 20th century, not at that time. I also want the tectonic studies, geological hazards. I want to do that. कुछ तो नीचे का भी करना पड़ेगा कि नहीं? अब मुझे resources भी हैं. I need them for various economic uses. Say for example, laying submarine pipeline और optical cable. अभी आपने सुना there was this sabotage incident जिसमें एक communication line यूरोप और यूएस की काट दी गई. Yes, they were saying something. या फिर रशिया का जो ऑयल आता था जर्मनी के लिए थ्रू बाल्टिक सी, दैट वाज स्नैप्ड. ट्रू और नॉट? ओशन बॉटम के तो टैक्टिकल यूजेस भी हो गए, स्ट्रेटेजिक एंड टैक्टिकल यूजेस. यस और नो? आर देयर स्ट्रेटेजिक एंड टैक्टिकल यूजेस ऑल्सो? ये तो है. दीज आर गुड रिलायबल मेथड्स. दीज आर रिलायबल मेथड्स. बट इधर क्या करो? आपके पास पैसा लगेगा इसमें, पैसा, टाइम, टेक अ लॉट ऑफ मनी, लॉट ऑफ टाइम, लॉट ऑफ मैन पावर. ये भी लगने वाला है. कहां से लेकर आए? एंड यू नीड एक्यूरेसी ऑल्सो. Okay, everyone, tell me one thing. We use internet. Do all of us know all the technology behind internet, or we use only the that much that is good for a user? Yes or no? I use a smartphone. Do I know all the technology of a smartphone? Do I know all the technology of a smartphone, or only that is needed for a user? I just need broad ideas, no? I just need broad ideas. I'm a geography teacher. I'm a geography teacher. I know about geography. But if I am to tell my student about how to prepare for economics, can I tell him or her the broad requirements of it? True or not? Why? Because that's not my area of expertise. That's not my area of expertise. Now, I don't need much to know about the all ocean. But if someone can tell me broadly what is the shape of the ocean bottom, is that okay? If the detail is not given, if the detail is not given, if you are able to tell me that there is a mountain range over here, मेरा उतने में काम चल जाएगा. Is it okay? Then if I really want to explore this mountain range, I'll do a acoustic survey. I'll send a ship over there, or I will send a submarine over there. उतने में चल जाएगा, चलेगा. अब ये कैसे पता चलेगा? How will this be known to me? How will this be known to me? Interestingly, a property of physics worked on this. Do you know gravity? So force of gravity. Gravity is more between smaller objects or bigger objects? Gravity is more between smaller objects or bigger objects, everyone? Please tell me. Gravity. Smaller objects or bigger objects? So gravity is a function of product of the two masses, m1, m2 by r square. Yes, perfect. Now tell me, is gravity acting on water surface also? Gravitational pull. True or not? Can I say here the distance is less, mass is more? Will the gravity be different at point X compared to point Y and point Z? Yes or no? Gravity will be different. Will the ocean surface come to a new equilibrium and get distorted? Will the ocean surface come to a new equilibrium and get distorted? A little bit? Will it be distorted a little bit? Not exactly as high as the mountain, but will it be distorted a little bit or not? Yes. If I have a satellite in the sky, can it capture the undulations? Can it capture the unevenness of the Earth's water surface? Yes. And give me an approximate map of the ocean bottom. Yes or no? Approximate map मिल सकता है कि नहीं मिल सकता है ocean bottom का? मिल सकता है? Will it give me a hint into what kind of ocean bottom topography is there? And can it cover a huge area compared to echo sounder? If I want to know the detail, what will I do? Submarine भेज दो इधर. I can send a submarine to do that. Something I can do, no? This is called satellite techniques. This was acoustic techniques. Echo sounder is done. Now seafloor mapping from the space. mapping from the space is also happening. So recently, satellite measurements of the oceanic surface. I hope, did you understand the principle, everyone? You don't have to go into the science of it. Measure the oceanic surface. Measure the oceanic surface. Satellites say. How does a satellite which orbits in great distance above can view it? The answer lies in sea floor features. You can write this down also. I have highlighted this for you. Sea floor features, ocean bottom features directly influence the Earth's gravitational field. Yes. Deep areas such as trenches correspond to lower gravitational attraction, with large undersea objects such as seamounts exert greater extra pull. Yes or no? Differences affect the sea level. Get that? Directly influence. So what will happen? Differences affect the sea level, causing the ocean surface to bulge. Ocean surface will either bulge outward or sink inward, mimic the relief of the ocean floor. So answer is that we can ocean floor features directly influence the Earth's gravitation field, and the difference in the effect and the difference of gravity will affect the sea level, and the ocean surface will either bulge or sink, mimicking the ocean floor. और इसको क्या करते हैं? The irregularities are easily detectable by satellites, and they can measure sea level up to 4 centimeter का भी difference वो पकड़ लेते हैं with accuracy, and that is how they will get to know. Is everyone okay? Sea floor mapping from space. Sea floor mapping from space. Yes. Due to differential gravitational force exerted on the sea surface, its surface irregularities mimic means indirectly reflect the shape of ocean bottoms that can be captured by satellites with great accuracy. So global surveys करने आप ऐसे कर लीजिए. Is everyone okay with this? With me on this, everyone? Are we clear? डन. सो ओशन बॉटम समझ में आया नहीं आया? अब तो हम एक स्टेप और भी आगे चले गए. नाउ वी हैव remote operated vehicles, we have submersible, we put those vehicles inside, उसमें cameras लगे होते हैं, सब कुछ हम ocean bottom के बारे में पता कर सकते हैं. But then remember that will take some cost, उसका एक cost भी आएगा, and it will take some technology also. Not all countries can bear that cost and technology. Everyone with me on this? Are we clear? ओशन बॉटम ये हम जीएस में नहीं पढ़ाते, वी डोंट गिव देम इन जीएस. दिस इज फॉर यू टू डू. व्हाई? बिकॉज they've been asking us such questions about ocean bathymetry, which I feel is not the best of the thing, but पूछ लेता है तो पूछ लेता है. Everyone clear on this? So next class we will be talking about what have we learned after this from this ocean bathymetry. What happened? Ocean bottoms, we got to know that ocean bottoms will have this is what we found out, that there are oceanic islands, flat topped seamounts, and there are ridges in that which we did not know, because our handheld methods and all those things, they were not giving us anything on this. And that also led to the development of plate tectonics, fracture zones, trenches, and all those things. So ये सब कैसे हुआ, क्यों हुआ, that's there. Now generally we would have not gone into this, but UPSC goes into, like, traditional questions are mid-Atlantic ridge in terms of origin and extent, and present a concise account of ocean bottom topography. But nowadays UPSC is asking questions are, how did acoustic studies or acoustic seismic survey help in the development of sea floor spreading? I hope I showed you that question in geomorphology, and I said that part, and they have connected oceanography, and then they've asked you how acoustic survey helps in getting this, where acoustic word is just a misnomer. It just simply tells you how did the development in the study of ocean bottoms helped us understand this. So I hope that question of geomorphology finds a connect over here. I also want to tell you, one to बेशर्मी से they asked a 10 marker question, discuss the modern bathymetric techniques. वो पूरा टेक्निक्स पे क्वेश्चन ही पूछ लिया. वी वर रियली अपॉल्ड कि ऐसा क्वेश्चन यूपीएससी क्यों देगा यार. Why would they give us these questions that, tell us the techniques? But then that is how UPSC would want to be different on that. So rather than leaving you with what NCERT does, आपने NCERT पढ़ा होगा. NCERT ने सीधा क्या किया? NCERT ने सीधा बताना शुरू किया ओशन के बॉटम में क्या है. There are continental shelf, there are slopes, there are trenches, there are ocean basins, there are ridges. यही बताया, yes or no? But these are the things for which you join classes. And again I said that these things have evolved over a period of time. When I reached my ships, all the things were available to me. I really felt safe on a ship. But it was like always hats off, salute to those people who sailed in those times, where life was uncertain, and they really were driven by that passion. They were not driven by safety, they were driven by the passion that through this activity, I'm going to widen the horizons of the known world. मैं जाकर कुछ नया create कर रहा हूँ. That is a feeling which I think is unmatched. Not many people are lucky to get that. Yes, sir, neither GC Leong has anything. So, Roshni, GC Leong and NCERT and all those books are written for GS people. You have geography as your optional. So UPSC has raised the bar by asking such questions, discuss the techniques. So can you do that? So that's one thing. Second thing, though I'm about to end the class, ocean bathymetry, ocean bottom relief. Now this is what I would want to start my class on Monday. On Monday, we'll be talking about something called as a hypsographic curve. So many of these names which I talked about, Svalbard and Moray and other people, and later on Cosina will come. What they did was they decided to study the Earth's lithosphere in terms of a frequency curve. What is a frequency curve? Do you remember something called as mean, mode, median? Yes or no? So mean is mean of two numbers. You add the two numbers and divide by 2. That is your mean. What was median? So median was you take a group of people and identify which, say for example, you take population wise and you divide people into population age groups 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15, and find out which age group has the maximum number of people. That would be the median value. Yes or no? So they decided to find out which height above sea level or which depth below sea level is higher in frequency. Yes. So they measured all the heights and depth. So this side you will find height and this side you will find depth, and they plotted a graph. So they found, okay, height. These are the heights above sea level. Get that? These are the depths below sea level. They found that also. Get that? And they decided to find out which part of the crust is more. So they found on land there was more of this height. So they found that the average height above sea surface is 840 meter. Land ka median was 840 meter. So this is the mean elevation of land. एंड जब ओशन का डेप्थ उन्होंने मेजर किया तो दे फाउंड मैक्सिमम वाज बिटवीन 2000 to 4000 एंड दे कुड फाउंड दैट द मीन डेप्थ वाज 3800 मीटर. दे फाउंड अनदर फ्रीक्वेंसी स्पाइक ओवर हियर. सो दो मीडियन आए. ओशन में इस डेप्थ पे ज्यादा ओशन का सरफेस है इन द ओशन बॉटम एंड दिस इज ऑन लैंड. इस हाइट पे मैक्सिमम सरफेस है. दे प्लॉटेड इट ऑन अ ग्राफ. दिस ग्राफ इज कॉल्ड द हिप्सोग्राफिक कर्व. So this is entire planet. You can see it starts from 0% of Earth. It will go to 100% of Earth. So if I take 0 to 100%, remember land is 21%. So around 21 or sorry, land is 30%. No? So around 30, you will find that the land finishes, and this is 70% is oceanic, 30% is land. So how is land graphically? How is ocean graphically? That is called a hypsographic or hypsometric curve. It is the measurement of Earth's elevation above sea level, and it gives us the proportion of surface area between given heights and depths at given intervals. Now this again is not important for a GS student, but optional के student को जब पूछा जाता है trends of depth in the ocean, we will have to mention about hypsographic or hypsometric curve. So if that is there in your NCERT, use that. Otherwise, I'm working on a handout. As I said, now immediately after this, I need to go to the hospital as I end this. But as I'm getting time, so आपका first handout on oceanography. First handout on oceanography will carry all the things which I gave you on slides, and this hypsometric curve also. So this is what we will start on Monday. Is everyone with me on this? Not for GS students, this is for optional students, and as I told you that I'm teaching you for optional, so I am taking you a little deeper. And जो easy वाले हैं वो तो they will come, which you have already done, that this is shelf, this is slope, this is basin, this is trench, this is sea mount, this is guyot. ये सब हमने GS में भी किया है. That will be a quick one. Then what will become important is we will be looking at ocean wise, 3 oceans. So that is what we will do on Monday. My intention is to have a full 3-hour class so that we can complete it, but that will be known only on Monday. So I'll let you know. that's there. I was talking about that Telegram group, but अभी time नहीं मिला वो create करने का. I will create that. I'll let you know on in my next class. There will be class on Monday. As of now, yes, I am keeping a class. And as I said, no, the doctors or those appointments are coming after 12. So I have this opportunity that at least in English I can take a class, and after that I go for that. Okay, that. So Hindi, for some reasons, we have not been able to be regular with them in this whole week. Hindi was disturbed more than English. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Bye bye. Jai Hind.